जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। माता जी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवर धारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवर धारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। श्री राधा कालाचांद जी की जय। श्री राधा गोविंद जी की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्री गौर निताई की जय। शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य देवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादां सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। Hare Krishna. So if you want to adjust, if it is not convenient for the devotee, we can readjust the light. This is fine. What should I do? Somehow it is like it's too sharp on my face. Yeah. So today we are going to discuss in Canto 10, Chapter 14, verse number 42 to 46. So chapter is entitled as Brahma's Prayer. So let us recite verse number 42. This is part 3, I need part 2. Thank you. That's all right. Huh? Yeah, it is okay now. Thank you, Mataji. So it does not have chapter 14. It has chapter 12. So anyways, meanwhile we are finding out the chapter and verse. So actually we are going to discuss today, we are concluding this chapter of prayers of Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma is done praying to the Lord, and now we are going to see what is going to happen after Brahma is done with his prayers. Actually this story begins, as you all know, that after killing of Aghasur, you must have heard of this pastime, killing Aghasur. Krishna and his cowherd friends, they were so hungry, they wanted to have feast, and they already had their lunch packed and everything packed. They were carrying the sticks, hanging with the lunch packs, previously with which they were like playing with each other. So they were looking for the good favorable spot. So they went to near the Yamuna, and they found very nice spot where there was no bird flying. And we see that if birds are flying, it's very difficult to eat under them for several reasons. So they found very nice, cozy place to sit on, and they opened up their lunch. And it is said that how they arranged themselves, it was very beautiful. If we can see this picture here next to Prabhupada on the left side, that Krishna is sitting in the center and all the cowherd friends are sitting around him. And it is in some fashionable manner. It's not like randomly. Like we can see that it is Krishna's arrangement, that Krishna's intimate friends are sitting close to Krishna, And then next circle, the next circle. And it was arranged in the form of rainbow. You can see Vibgyor. So the closest circle was red circle. And then orange circle, and then yellow circle, and then green circle. Means they were having green turban, basically. They look like very effulgent, red rays, orange rays, and yellow rays, and green rays, blue, indigo, and violet. So it was looking very, very beautiful. And everybody was carrying their own lunch pack. And we have very fancy plate at home. Not so fancy. We feel like those are very fancy plates. But they were having, we have ceramic plate or glass plate or some steel plate or some other kind of plate. But what was their plates? Their plates were natural. What? Like some leaf. Like nowadays we sometimes use banana leaf, but they were using some other leaves. They were using their thighs for keeping their prasadam. They were using their hand to keep their prasadam. And several, or somebody was keeping it on the ground. So they were just, putting it everywhere in front of them, not caring about we need plate. So they started eating, relishing, and sharing with each other. Krishna, he was like 5 years old boy because they were like grazing the calf, not even cows. So they were very small. Like my daughter says, like she's very little, 5, she's 6 years old, she looks like this tall. So they were very tiny, not so big. So how they were eating? Like eating in one hand yogurt rice, it was dripping, and in other hand it says that Krishna is eating pickle and folding pickle in his each fingers. So he was licking pickle, and we can see that how spicy he was eating. He was like, so fond of eating. He was making so many variety of taste with yogurt rice. So, and they were feeding each other. So everybody was like present there because, just now they killed Aghasur, Krishna killed Aghasur, and they were like so astonished. And Brahma was thinking as a supreme controller, he was like bewildered that how this Krishna, who just killed Aghasur, and he is eating like this. So he wanted to test him. Like, let us test his power. Who is he? So his intention was not bad. He just wanted to check what is there in this power-packed person who looks like very ordinary. So what he did, when they were eating, then actually that place was so nice, the grass was so big that those calves, being so greedy, because generally calves are there greedy, they are looking for fresh grass. So they got entered into the forest and they got lost when they went deep inside the forest. So since cowherd boys, they could not see all those calves, so they got tensed that we should look for the calves. So then Krishna, he was so compassionate to his friends that he wanted to get the calves back to help their friends. So he said, okay, you should sit here and eat quietly and let me eat nicely, not quietly. They can never be quiet. Because they were like, it is mentioned that while eating, they were talking a lot. They were passing jokes, they were laughing, and they were enjoying basically. That's why Brahma got bewildered. What kind of Supreme Lord is this? So Krishna went there inside the forest to get, in one hand he was carrying curd rice, and in another hand he was carrying his pickle and all. So those cowherd friends, they were sitting there, and he went inside the forest. He saw that calves were not there. When he came outside, he found there was no trace of his friends. He got bewildered. How? Krishna, the Supreme Lord, got bewildered. He could not see his friends. But then, by his supreme mystic power, he found out that Brahma, this is the work of Brahma, that he took his friends out and calves out. And he understood that this Brahma does not have any bad intention. He just wants to play with me. He just wants to check what I have, what kind of power I have. So he wanted to show him that what kind of personality he is. So then he manifested himself as his cowherd friends, exactly like as they were before. Like same kind of hairstyle, same kind of clothing, same kind of behavior, same kind of manner, same kind of style. Everything was exactly similar as before. And only Supreme Lord can do it. Nobody else can do it. And the calves. The same kind of calves he converted into calves. And then he started relishing and went back home. Then after some time, in back in home, when everybody got so attracted towards other cowherd friends, which they normally were not, because they had natural attraction for Krishna. So this time they found out, Balram found out, this is unnatural to see such an attraction towards these cows who already have new calves. Generally what happens when mother cow delivers a baby calf, she doesn't give milk to other older cows. They stop drinking milk. But there was one instance when cows were running to feed those grown up calves. So Balram got bewildered. He thought, not bewildered, like he thought, how can I not able to recognize this fact? If it is a power of Brahma or any other demigod, I could have figured it out that what is going on. So definitely it is something done by Krishna that which I am not able to figure out. So he found out, and Krishna told him everything, that Brahma stole all our cowherd friends and the calves, and all these you are seeing, they are my manifestation. So, so that day when Krishna came with his friends and cowherd friends and calves, so that time it was 4 or 5 days to be 1 year, not even full 1 year. So then Brahma, after passing a moment, he came back and he wanted to check that what is going on, how they are reacting. Then he found out the exactly same cowherd boys and the calves are there playing with Krishna in the same manner. Even they are looking much more better than what he had. So he got bewildered that, is it really I stole the real cowherd boy and calves, or I am an illusion? What happened? What's going on? He got bewildered. And all of a sudden, he saw so many four-handed forms and so many bees strolling over that form. He was wearing Vajanti Mala garland. Vajanti garland basically is a garland made up of 4 or 5 kind of colored, not 4 or 5, 5 colored, different colored garland, or 7 colored, different colored flower garland. So that is so fragrant that bees started strolling. Everybody was like doing they're doing their prayers. So he got bewildered. What is going on? Previously they were cowherd boys and now they are four-handed Vishnu. Then he got scared. He found out that he did some grave offense. So he was very sad for his offense. And he wanted to test the Lord, but now he became the laughing stock. Like because he was just trying to challenge the person who is supreme. Then he bowed down his head, and in that as well he was not satisfied. If we see Brahma, he has 4 head, like 1 head front, 2 head sideways, and 1 head back. So if you offer obeisances, you have to bend your head like this. So if naturally his back head was up, so he was not feeling satisfied, that how should I pay my obeisances? So he started praying. He was thinking, oh, let me pray to Krishna. So he started praying to Krishna that Namire te abruvapushe. Those 40 or 42 verses he started reciting. And Krishna did not react anything. Then after that, let's see what happened. Verse number 42. Actually, Krishna was silent in that. In verse number 41, It is said that Shukdev Goswami said, having thus offered his prayers, Brahma circumambulated his worshipable Lord, the unlimited personality of Godhead, 3 times, and then bowed down at his lotus feet. The appointed creator of the universe then returned to his own residence. Actually, it is mentioned that Krishna was silent throughout his prayer, and after that as well, he was silent because he was in the mood of cowherd boy. He was busy finding his friends and the calves. He just wanted to, when you see little boy or girl like this, they don't really care about what is going on. Somebody is like paying obeisances to them or not. If somebody is going to come and pay obeisances to my daughter will laugh and run away. So she would not say, "Oh, thank you so much for paying obeisances to me. Thank you so much for giving respect." So if we see in that way, Krishna's reaction was very natural, that he was not paying any heed to Brahma's prayer and awe and reverence. So he was in a rush to play with his friends and calves. And through his silence, Brahmaji understood that he need to go to his abode. And before that, he wanted to give his friends and the calf to Lord. And let's see what happened then. Let's read verse number 42. I will say a line and you all need to repeat it after me. ततो अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वयंभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलिन्मानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसखं स्वकम् ततो अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलिनमानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसखं स्वकम् ततो अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलिनमानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसखं स्वकम्. Please repeat. ततो अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलिनमानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसखं स्वकम्. ततो अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलिनमानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसखं स्वकम्. One more. ततो अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलिनमानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसखं स्वकम्. Anybody else want to try? ततो अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलिनमानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसखं स्वकम्. Thank you very much. Would you like to try? Okay, word to word. Tataha, then. Anugyapya, giving permission. Bhagwan, the Supreme Lord. Swabhuvam, to his own son Brahma. Prak, before, from before. Avasthitan, situated. Vatsan, the calves. Pulinam, to the shore of the river. Aninye, he brought. Yatha Purva, just as before. Sakam, where the friends were present. Swakam, his own. Oh, sorry, that one was Sakham and this is Swakam. Sakham means Sakha, friends, and Swakam means own. Swa. Yeah. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. So before starting this verse, I beg a blessing from Mother Kunti and Mother Prabhupada Priya. Please give me your blessing so that I can serve Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj with best of my capability. Although I don't have any qualification sitting in front of you, but since I have this service assigned, I want both of your blessings. Krishna. Translation. After granting his son Brahma permission to leave, the Supreme Personality of Godhead took the calves, who were still where they had been a year earlier, and brought them to the river bank, where he had been taking his meal and where his cowherd boyfriends remained just as before. Isn't it bewildering? That just now we were talking about that Brahma stole all his friends and calves. And now Shukdev Goswami is saying that these calves and cowherd boys, they were there where they were present 1 year earlier. They were at that spot only. How it happened? And in previous chapter, it was mentioned that Brahma kept them in a cave. So that means by reading this translation, we can understand that Brahma did not take them to his abode, first of all. Because since they were there at that spot only, so that means they should have been on earth, in Vrindavan, in that place of Yamuna, in the bank of Yamuna. And there are several questions which can be arised in the mind that if they were there for whole 1 year, whole 1 year is like 12 months, 365 days. If they are there all the time, how come other people could not see them? Why Krishna needed to change his form into his friend? He could have retrieved his friend and calves from that spot only. Because he is Supreme Lord, he can do anything. But why did he do all these things? Let us see what Prabhupada says. And did Krishna really got bewildered? Was he not seeing all those cowherd boys and the calves? The word Swambhuvam means to his own son. Actually, Swa means our own self in Hindi or in Sanskrit. So Swabhuvam means to his own son, indicates that Lord Krishna forgave the offense Brahma had committed and treated him with affection. The thing here is this Brahma, when he came, his intention was not offensive, as I mentioned earlier, because he wanted to test Krishna. He didn't want to harm any of his friends and the calf. So that's why his offense was not very grave. So Krishna just forgave him as a playful act. He just forgave Brahma. It is stated in this verse that original cowherd boyfriends and calves were situated just as before near the bank of Yamuna river and in the forest, respectively, because calves were in the forest and cowherd boys were eating near the bank of Yamuna. Previously, the calves had disappeared within the forest, and Krishna had gone to search for them, and he could not find. Not finding them, the Lord had returned to the river bank to discuss the situation with his cowherd boyfriends, but they had also disappeared. Previously, this was the situation. Now, the cows were again in the forest, and the boyfriends once again on the bank of river, ready to take their lunch. What a bewildering situation. According to Srila Sanatan Goswami, the calves and the boys remained in the forest and on the river bank respectively for 1 full year. Lord Brahma did not actually take them away to another place. By Lord's omnipotent illusory energy, the gopis and other residents of Vrindavan did not notice the calves and the boys, nor did the calves and the boy notice the passing of a year's time or feel any hunger, cold or thirst. So, my question is, why it is mentioned that by Lord's omnipotent illusory energy? Here, this act was done by Brahma. But why Prabhupada is mentioning that it was Lord's illusory potency? Why Lord was involved here? Because the thing is, it was Brahma's desire to do all these things. And that desire was sanctioned by who? Bhagwan himself. Whatever these devata, whatever these demigods, whatever assistant of Krishna, they do, that should be sanctioned by Krishna. Until he sanction all these things, they cannot do that. That is not in their power. So Krishna approved the desire of Brahma, and by his illusory potency, Brahma was able to hide his friends and the calves. So it is said that Brahma put them in the bed of Maya, in the bed of illusory bed. So just because they were on the bed of illusion, they could not understand whether they are sleeping or eating or whatever they are doing. They were illusioned. And that illusion was like they could not feel anything what has happened throughout the year. Neither cold, not hot, or any rain or anything like that. Or nor anybody else could see them. So they were totally hidden from others' eyes, and they were also unaware of all these external things. For them, that was just a moment. Actually, we as a human being, it's very difficult for us to understand all these things, because we can conceive all these things, we can perceive all these things by our material consciousness, our material mind and eyes, which is very difficult to comprehend all these transcendental things. Because all these power, it's very difficult to understand. So how this 1 year passed, we cannot understand. But it happened just because of the illusory potency of Krishna. Sanctioned by Krishna actually. All this was the part of pastime arranged by Lord's illusory potency. Because Krishna thought, if Brahma wants to do it, let my Yog Maya help Brahma. So Krishna arranged the potency of Yog Maya to help Brahmaji. Lord Brahma thought, I have kept all the boys and the calves of Gokul sleeping on the bed of my mystic potency. And to this very day, they have not risen. Because he could see them. He was seeing both pair of calves and the cowherd boys. And the cowherd boys and calves, he was hiding. A similar number of the boys and the calves have been playing with Krishna for 1 whole year. Yet they are different from the one illusion by my mystic potency. Who they are? Where did they come from? Actually, it is said if we see a person 1 year before and 1 year after, there is a change in his height, in his voice, in his personality, and in his behavior as well. Because a lot of things they face, so just because of that, their behavior also gets changed. So those cowherd boy, since they were with their parents, so they were like growing up and they were changing their behavior. Nothing is invisible to Supreme Lord. Thus, Lord Krishna appeared to be searching. Actually, they were 1 year older now. Thus, Lord Krishna appeared to be searching for calves and the boys only to enact the dramatic pastime of bewildering Lord Brahma. It was all drama. After Brahma surrendered and offered prayers, Lord Krishna returned to the original boys and the calves. Actually, all these things have a hidden meaning. That why Brahmaji wants to do all these things, why Krishna was supporting Brahma. Because in Braj, everybody wants to have Krishna as their child. All these elderly gopis, all these cows, they wanted to have Krishna as their child. And this was only possible if all the calves and the all the calves and the cowherd boys are not there. So this Leela happened just because of that. And now Krishna has expanded himself as all the kids and all the calves. Now all mother cows and all gopis, they have Krishna as their son. So that's why they could relish the love of Krishna at their house for entire 1 year, and Krishna could derive the pleasure in their love. So just to satisfy the need of Brajvasis, he planned this drama, we can say drama, of bewildering Brahmaji. Because, Brahma is not somebody who does not have knowledge. He is a, generator of Vedas, and he is the first person in this material world who created. He's a secondary creator. He created everything after that. When Krishna provided him all the raw material, Krishna provided him. How can that person be bewildered? It's very hard to imagine. But it happened because Krishna wanted him to be bewildered. Krishna wanted to reciprocate it with all the feelings of Brajvasis. He wanted to give them love. So after Brahma surrendered and offered prayer, Lord Krishna returned to original boys and calves, who appeared exactly as before, although their size had somewhat increased because of 1 year growth. Since it was already 1 year, if they were as before, they were there as before, it was not justified. If my daughter will remain this much after 5 year or 10 year, I would be bewildered. What is going on? Why she's not growing up? So that's how, if they did not they were not growing for 1 year, so their parents would have thought that, oh, now they were that tall, and suddenly what happened today after coming back, I can see his height is 1 inch less, or he's so thin, he's acting like this, he was like this. So Krishna enacted in such a way that now their all the demeanor and all the behavior, all the heights and everything got changed according to 1 year growth. So according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, since Lord Krishna was playing exactly like an innocent young cowherd boy in Vrindavan, after four-headed Brahma offered his prayer, the Lord maintained his role as a young cowherd boy, thus remained silent before Brahma. So as I mentioned earlier, in front of small kids, if we are going to do something related to awe and reverence, they are not going to respond. It does not matter to them. So he acted in that way only. Krishna's silence indicates the following thought. Where did this four-headed Brahma come from? What is he doing? What are these words he keeps on speaking? Because for a small kid, these prayer, they are beyond their level. Although he was acting like a small kid, but he was not a small kid. But he is acting like this. I'm busy looking for my calves. I'm just a cowherd boy and do not want all this. The Brahma had considered Lord Krishna an ordinary cowherd boy and had treated him as such. And after accepting Brahma's prayer, Krishna continued to play as cowherd boy and thus did not answer the four-headed Brahma. He was not caring all these things. He just wanted to play. Rather, Krishna was more interested in rejoining his cowherd boyfriends for picnic lunch on the bank of Yamuna river. Okay, next translation. Can somebody read?
O king, although the boys had passed an entire year apart from the Lord of their very lives, they had been covered by Lord Krishna's illusionary potency and thus considered that year merely half a moment.
Yes, those cowherd boy did not realize that it's been 1 year since they were sitting there. So for them, it was just half moment. Next.
What indeed is not forgotten by those whose minds are bewildered by the Lord's illusory potency. By that power of Maya, this entire universe remains in the perpetual bewilderment, and in this atmosphere of forgetfulness, no one can understand his own identity.
Can we read this purport, please?
Srila Prabhupada's purport. It is clearly stated here that the entire universe is bewildered. Thus, even great demigods like Indra and Brahma are not exempt from the principle of forgetfulness. Since Lord Krishna exercised his internal illusory potency over his cowherd boyfriends and calves, it is not at all astonishing that for 1 year they could not remember their position. Indeed, by the Lord's external illusory potency, the conditioned souls forget their existence not only for 1 year, but for many billions and billions of years as they transmigrate throughout the kingdom of ignorance called the material world.
Yeah. Next.
The cowherd.
Okay. The cowherd boyfriends said to Lord Krishna, "You have returned so quickly. We have not eaten even one morsel in your absence. Please come here and take your meal without distraction." Now they are thinking that, "Oh Krishna, it's it's very quick. You have come here and we haven't eaten yet. Come on, let's go eat." So what they're saying in purport, the word swa-agatam teti ramhasa indicates that cowherd boys were congratulating Krishna for having brought calves back so quickly from the forest. Actually, it is said that when those calves were present there, they came out of the illusion of Brahma or the Lord. Then Krishna moved his stick like this and he signaled them it's time to go home. So they took half eaten grass in their mouth and they left. And when they were leaving, that half eaten grass was also falling from their mouth because of the affection for Krishna. They were just running. So it was very quick. Now Lord Krishna's beloved friends urged him to sit down properly and eat to his full satisfaction. According to Srila Prabhupada's Krishna book, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cowherd boyfriend felt quite jubilant and were eager to eat with their dear friend Krishna. Actually, there is a whole description how they were eating. Just because of time, I could not explain it. They were like talking so nicely, passing jokes, and seeing the beauty of Krishna. He's eating with one hand and talking, and it was as if the beauty is flowing from his mouth. Everybody was so captivated. They were laughing. Means everything was so nice that they were so excited to be with Krishna. So that's why they said, "Okay, come on, let's eat." Okay, next.
Then Lord Rishikesh, smiling, finished his lunch in the company of his cowherd friends. While they were returning from the forest to their homes in Braj, Lord Krishna showed the cowherd boys the skin of the dead serpent Aghasur.
Yes. So this is the same day it happened, that they finished lunch, and after finishing lunch they need to go home. It is done, Mataji.
It's finished.
Yeah. So now they need to go home, and while going home, Krishna wanted to remind them that don't forget we did something today, and you need to tell it at home. Once we reach home, you have to tell about it at home. So what happened that day? Killing of Aghasur, which actually happened 1 year before. According to Brajvasi, it was already 1 year, but for those boys, it was that day only. So Krishna was mentioning, see, look at that. And even it is said that Yog Maya hid that body of Aghasur as well from the view of all Brajvasis. So they could also not see that the body of Aghasur. So now we would get very beautiful description how Krishna was looking while going to his house. Generally, it happens in the evening when Krishna finishes all his grazing of cows and all his things. He finishes his business in the forest, and he returned in the evening time. So this we will hear in the next class. Thank you very much. Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So if there is any area of improvement, anything to share your realization. Okay, if there is no comment or we will end. Okay. Thank you. Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevcha Patita Nam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.